Hey y'all, cooking, cutting up, keeping it real. Now listen, I have told y'all the importance of this episode to me, and it's because I love these graham crackers. So it's taken me a while to convince, my cousin's wife Debbie, who's great, to actually do it. So I'm going to introduce her to y'all, and then I'm going to post it and all that. And then we can chat while she's doing her thing because, Debbie, correct me if I'm wrong, there's some steps to this with some downtime.
Correct.
Okay,
That's
so
right.
This is Debbie.
Hey, guys.
Everybody can say hey to Debbie.
Hey,
Debbie is really like a mastermind behind a lot of things that go on with cooking, cutting up, keeping it real, just because I think she loves me. I don't know. I hope she does. I say that gingerly because I grew up with her husband and I just love him and all that. And he's my first cousin. And so I didn't want to assume that Debbie was really loving me or nothing, but I think she's getting to. There you go. But Debbie, while I am typing this website, because if I don't, then I forget. Debbie watches too some, so she knows I'm a little cray-cray. So it's okay. We keep it in the family sometimes that we're cray-cray. Now listen, I've posted a picture of the recipe, and I have also posted a picture of the ingredients that we're using. So I'm going to swipe comments to the right because y'all know that I'll see squirrel everywhere. So when I can talk, I'm going to swipe them back. Okay, so everybody's saying, hey, Debbie, hey, Debbie, hey, Debbie, hey, Debbie. Okay, so I'm going to show y'all what Debbie's doing, and I'm going to be quiet, maybe.
First of all, you want to show them the ingredients
Okay.
and the things that we use.
All right, and a picture's posted of that as well, y'all.
Yeah, and if you follow the recipe, this wheat germ that we have, it says you use untoasted, but I always use toasted.
Okay.
And it works out fine.
All right. Hang on, let me just make sure I got it, Debbie.
Okay.
All right, Debbie, now talk to us here, sweetie. Tell me what we're doing.
Okay, now I've already, the first thing that you want to do is you want to mix your flours and your wheat germ and your salt and your sodium and baking soda.
All your dry ingredients.
Yeah, and your ground cinnamon.
Yeah.
We've mixed all that together in a bowl.
Right.
Right here.
Got it.
I can't see what you're showing them, but.
I'm showing the bowl and your hands.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the mixer, we've put the 2 sticks of butter, 3/4 a cup of the light brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of honey.
Perfect.
And the first thing we need to do is to blend this together.
Okay.
Okay, for about,
You're fine.
we need to blend this for about 2 to 3 minutes. So you can have you can show them that starting, but, you can talk to them or whatever.
Well, listen, y'all, Debbie is quite like the cook, and this is a big step for her because everybody don't love doing camera stuff or live stuff. So I'm just appreciative of her wanting to come on and do it. And I told her, I was like, they're going to love you and all that. But she's a plethora of knowledge. So I asked her a lot of questions about recipes. Especially if they're on the healthier end of things, because Debbie she's very conscientious of that. So, Debbie, tell us, you're going to blend it how long, honey?
About 2 to 3 minutes.
Okay.
And then we're going to add the flour mixture.
All right.
It's that simple just to put it together.
Okay.
And then we're going to knead it a little bit.
All right.
And then shape it and put it in the oven.
Okay. All right. While you're doing that, do I need to cut your oven on? I didn't even think about that.
We're going to do that when we put it in the freezer because it's got to sit in the freezer for 10 minutes before we cook it.
I got you. Listen, y'all, Debbie has to kind of keep me straight sometimes. Well, y'all know she's probably going to have to keep me straight a lot of times. But anyway, I have also taken a few pics that I'm going to post later underneath this vlog of what wheat germ is. And what was the other thing we talked about, Debbie? Why do you use organic brown sugar or regular brown sugar?
Yeah, and I think you'll see a difference if you use, it doesn't tell you in the recipe to use organic, but I do, and I think it's better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all heard that. So, look, I'm learning today. And I'm just thankful she's not like making me do it yet, that she's doing it for me, and it's great. So while that mixes up, we've got everything out, I think, already, right? Yeah. Listen, Debbie cooks a lot like Lady Di, my mama, and that's great because y'all know I don't do that very generally, and then I have a mess sometimes. So I'm impressed because Debbie's like very systematic with what she's doing, and listen, maybe I'll learn something. Heck, fire. All right, Debbie.
All right, so you can see film that and just show them. That's about the consistency that you want, the butter and the sugar.
Okay.
And then we're going to add this flour mixture to it.
All right.
Okay, and slowly so we don't, dump it all over the place.
I got you.
And then you basically just mix that. And then we'll stop.
And she's got my mixer on the lowest setting.
I'm going to turn it up just a little bit.
After you incorporate that flour
Right.
so we don't
It'll be on my
douse
face.
everybody.
Yeah, on my face.
I mean, look, we all need a little powder to, take the dewy look away, but
Especially me.
no, I'm talking for me. They're saying, your house is going to smell so good, and hey, Debbie, and thank you, Debbie.
Well, you're very welcome. I hope y'all enjoy these.
She's a lot better at this than she gives herself credit for.
Yeah, I'm not like Lisa. She's good at that camera stuff, not me.
Well, listen, we don't want to tell them all your secrets, but she's actually really good behind her own camera, taking pictures of others. So maybe it's just that she's a giver. We'll leave it at that, right?
Yeah, we'll leave it at
there
that.
You go. Is she making marshmallows too? See, I told you, Debbie. We
Yeah,
are
we're
gonna
try
to make marshmallows, y'all. But this segment is different than what I normally do because you do have some time to wait, right, Debbie?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, so when we put them in these have to chill for 10 minutes in the freezer before you cook them to chill that butter back down. So when it's in there doing that and our oven's heating up, I was telling Lisa that maybe we can assemble the marshmallows and make those. And then when you put them in the pan, they have to sit for 24 hours before you can even cut them.
Okay.
So Lisa can show y'all that tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I hope Lisa can.
Lisa can.
Y'all, I know. Debbie, I flipped it back around. I'm a camera hog. The funny part of that is this. I don't even know if I've ever shared this with Debbie, but Matt will get a real kick out of it. When we were growing up at Granny Ingalls, we played rook. You've heard us talk about that, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Serious rook.
Oh, competitive rook.
Yes.
Oh, yes, because Granny was an avid rook player.
Yes.
And even though Granny was really a nice woman and everything, she took that very seriously, is what I'm telling you. Anyway, and there they are. There's coming. Anyway, if you bid too much and she didn't get to take the bid that hand, she called you a bid hog. So maybe I'm a camera hog because it's hereditary. We'll go with that anyway. And I was trying to, oh, there we go. Look, they're saying, blessed to catch this live. I ordered your cookbook. Thank you for ordering that cookbook. I appreciate that. Look, and now they're love playing rook, love playing rook, love playing rook. Yeah. Our family grew up playing rook, y'all. We learned from the master.
So we have to be clean, so I'm going to wash my hands well.
You go right ahead. I still got it on me. You just tell me when you want it back on you, and
Okay.
I'll just keep on talking.
We don't need it on me, but we'll put it on the...
You just interrupt me.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, that's how you have to just roll, because I don't want to offend family or nothing, but they just have to jump in and say, hey, can you shut up so I can hear or I can talk? Just raise your hand. It's one of those things. It might not be a real positive attribute for me. All right, I'm going to show them this.
Of it just to make sure that it's all mixed in.
Hold on. There we go. Now.
This is what the raw dough looks like, and it feels...
And her hands are clean.
Yeah, my hands are clean. Okay.
All right, can I feel that since my hands are clean? Just give me a little
Yeah.
pinch of it.
Okay.
So I can replicate it at some point. Let's hope so.
There you go. See?
Now, can I taste this raw dough?
No,
Okay.
you're not supposed to eat any raw dough.
Okay. Y'all, you know I was getting ready to eat this. Now I'm
Especially
not,
wheat.
'cause-
They say wheat's worse.
Okay.
Well, we won't put that back in there. Since
Okay.
we covered that. Now,
All
I'll
right.
wash my hands again because I don't want you to get any comments like,
For real.
yeah. Okay.
For real.
Now.
They've nicknamed you Graham Cracker Debbie.
I know I saw somebody put GC Debbie.
Hey, Debbie, usually they're nice comments for sure, but you know, when they use just like abbreviations, I'm always thinking,
What could that be?
yeah, do they mean like good cook? Great cook? It could be a lot of things.
Now, Matt would say that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he definitely would.
He would say that's exactly what
He
GC
would
stands
definitely say that because Matt loves to eat and Debbie loves to cook, so she's a good cooker, which would be GC. So maybe that should be your name.
for. You think so? That can just stand for either, I guess,
I
right?
think so. I think so.
Okay.
Woman with many hats. Many hats.
Let's see.
And they're saying for real, for real. And Betty says, how do you play rook? Betty, listen, that's something you can't explain on live cooking because it's quite but it's fun. All right, so tell me what you're doing, Deb.
So now I divided the dough. It says in the recipe to divide it 4 ways, but I generally try to do it just 2, just to save time.
Okay.
And you take it and you put it in between 2 pieces of parchment paper.
Which makes it so much easier than for Lisa to try to do it on the dry surface with Bisquick. They've seen that.
Now that recipe that we posted, this is where I depart from the recipe.
I got you.
I do it my way, but they can follow it exactly how it says and see what works for them.
Okay, tell me what you need and I can get it for you if you
You're
don't see it.
beautiful. Here's your rolling
Oh,
pin.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
use
my
that.
rolling
I'm
pin,
gonna
y'all.
Slide that over just a little bit. And then what you want to start doing is just start rolling it out. And this piece may be too thick because you're trying to get to the consistency of what you would think a graham cracker. You know, the width of it.
Stella says, I love this healthy stuff because her sugar was high. That's great.
Yeah.
But here's what I'll tell my viewers, Debbie.
Right.
I didn't love this recipe from the beginning because I thought it was healthy. I'm just telling you. When you gave me that as a gift, and they saw me eat it live.
Right.
The whole graham cracker, the whole, what am I trying to say? You know, fireside. You do it fireside. Yeah, that's s'mores. Y'all, Debbie's the one that gave me the s'mores for Christmas. And so I didn't pick this recipe out specifically to show it because I thought it was healthy. I did it because they are delicious.
Nice. Yeah, and they see me doing this. This is just the way it is. Sometimes that rolling pin because of the space, so don't get sideways on it. It's Lisa says.
Listen, I had already, the camera hog had already put it back on her.
Oh, okay.
Lord have mercy.
So, yeah, just keep it over there till I get it.
Okay.
Not smoothed out.
That looks good though, Debbie.
Tell them that, you know, when the graham crackers have that high fructose.
Yes. Okay, listen, y'all. Seriously. I'm learning too. Debbie was telling me about the high fructose.
Yeah, whatever it says.
Thank you.
High fructose corn syrup.
High fructose corn syrup. That this, you know, I'm not knocking Keebler. We all grew up on Keebler.
Yeah.
But I usually use these for my peanut butter bars. Y'all seen that? And I'll continue to do this unless Debbie just says, you know what, I'm gonna make you a lifetime supply of these. And she loves me, but I don't think she's gonna do that. But my point is this: if you are trying to do it healthier, then you could make these ahead. And did you tell me that you can freeze them?
Yes, and you can put them in the freezer.
And then you can make your own graham cracker crumbs.
Yes.
Okay, I hope my mama's watching because her cheesecake recipe calls for graham cracker crumbs.
Right, and it would be really good. It will take your peanut butter bars up a notch. These will, just because they just taste fresher and they have butter in them.
Yes.
And they're crispier. They're, you know.
Look, I'm a believer because I've eaten them. They're awesome.
This is the part that takes so long.
Yep, that's all right. They're still with us, 238 of them.
Okay.
And we appreciate it too.
Yes, we do.
Because I want them to see the thickness. Because if I'm making this with you not here, Debbie, that's the question I'm going to have.
Right.
And I'm going to be dialing you up on the phone.
And if you get them too thick, they're just, you know, the cooking time is sort of designed for them to be, you know, on the thinner side. If you get them thick, they won't be good.
Absolutely. I got you.
It takes a while.
I like to watch Debbie cook because she takes her time like my mama does. And I've always loved to watch my mama cook. I just don't follow her lead most of the time. And she'll say to me, "You cook like Granny Engel." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know." Anyway, y'all.
See, this is...
I'll tell you this. When I ate my first one, you're right. It was perfectly level. And it was perfectly crisp. Meaning, like you thought that you had just did it out of the oven.
Right.
Yes.
That butter gives it that flavor.
They are good, Debbie. Now, Debbie, where did you originally see this? I'm just curious. Like in a newspaper, a magazine, or a cooking show? Do you know?
Actually, Ina Garten,
Oh,
the
okay.
barefoot contestant.
Yeah.
She does one, and I don't like the graham crackers as well. I love her marshmallows.
Okay.
And I like Martha Stewart's version of the graham crackers, so I just kind of combined the two of them.
I got you. You doctored it up. She doctored it up.
This takes forever.
Candace, the recipe is posted. I posted it before we went live. I hope. They know. Look, Candace, I'll recheck it, okay? Make sure I did. I even got a sticky note right here for myself. Look, let me prove that to y'all while Debbie's doing that. There you go, and there you go. I have my notes made that says do this and do that. Ina and Martha combo platter. That's a good way to put it, for sure. Because I like watching Ina's cooking show.
Yeah, she's my favorite. I love her.
I love how she does fresh everything.
Yeah.
She goes to the butcher fresh.
Which is what, I'm trying to do.
And it's healthier.
Right.
Can I tell them what you were telling me about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Y'all, Debbie was telling me while we're doing this that if you go to a butcher, that it's healthier, it's fresher, because there's no dye or chemicals added to it. Am I saying that right, Debbie?
Yeah, they put coloring in our meats and stuff, especially like the beef and stuff, so it, stay fresh on the shelves for a while. And the place that I go, like they only leave the beef or the pork out like for 4 days, and that's it. Then they get, their next cow or their next pig.
Yeah, for sure. You know what? I can see that when you explain that to me. If I, look, I'm a farmer's wife, so I don't have to buy a lot of beef or whatever. But I see what you're saying. The difference.
Yeah, and when you freeze it and unthaw it, it takes about half the time to unthaw it because it doesn't have all those chemicals in it.
Right. And I've noticed that with BFR beef, actually.
Yeah.
I think I told you that.
Right.
And I just kind of thought it was the packaging, but when you pointed that out to me, it's both.
Right.
All the above.
Exactly.
I have to do it gluten-free, so would I use flaxseed or any type of gluten-free flour?
Tell her, I have tried to do mine gluten-free with rice flour
Okay.
and tapioca, and then there's another flour that's added onto it. And it didn't come out very well.
Okay.
So if somebody out there,
Can figure it out and share it back with us?
yeah, that would be great to make it gluten-free, because I'm gluten sensitive, so I can, have a cracker every once in a while, but I can't have them like Lise, like she can eat one every day. She's lucky.
I might eat every one of them right there.
I love them. That was one of the things when I was gluten sensitive that I had to give up eating a lot of. That broke my heart. But I still freeze them, and maybe once a week I'll have a s'mores.
Oh, there you go, for your treat.
Yeah, for my treat.
Well, and I'll tell you, my viewers are used to seeing me do quick stuff and all that, and that's great. But if I want to do something special for someone, I would do this recipe again. I mean, even though it takes some time, because, look, as I've gotten older and empty nest and not quite so much pressure of motherhood, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
I try to think about that, honestly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it makes nice Christmas presents.
It really does. Listen, I got one. It was the best Christmas present I got that year. And I didn't even share any with Imaginary Farmer. I ate every one of them. Hid them in the back. Yes, I did.
Let's see how close we're coming.
Let's see the thickness of that when you're ready, Dad.
This is closer to being right than this end.
All right.
This end.
All
But
right.
they can see, if you want to show them, like, that's, you know, you're
Yeah.
working down towards, and you can see how it looks like a graham cracker.
Yes.
But it also, you can see how flaky it is too. It's not,
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, and listen, guys, I'll have to, once we bake it and do all that, I'll have to come back to you and show it to you, okay? But anyway, doing that, Deb, I'm going to be a camera hog again. I hope you don't mind.
Go ahead.
She's like, Lord, like she could have any control over that, because y'all know I got the camera. So once we do this, Debbie, tell me what we're going to do. What's our next step after you flatten it?
After we flatten it, then we have to cut it like into the shape of graham
Okay.
crackers. And you know, puncture a hole in it. Like, you know how graham crackers have those holes?
Yes.
We have to do that. And then we have to put it in the freezer for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And chill that butter.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it in the oven and cook it. And I think it was on 350 for 9 minutes, I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
So can I hand you anything right now? Do you want me to grab do you use a pizza cutter at home?
I'm going to just use a knife.
Okay. All right. There you go.
Now, they can be fancy and use, you know, pastry.
The pastry, yeah.
Yeah, but, you know, if you're like everybody else, you'll use a knife.
Well,
And
look, I don't have a pastry cutter to offer you, Deb. I'm sorry. Even if you wanted it, I don't have one. Let's see that.
Okay. Now, I think that's about the right
Okay.
consistency of
Let me
that.
get a good picture of
Yeah,
that.
get a picture of it.
And the size helps me too. If you're a visual learner.
Right, exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, go ahead. I'm still with you.
Okay. And then normally, and like I said, you can follow these directions, but this is just the way I do it, the simple, you know, I'm going to try to get it as, like, you know.
As uniform.
Yeah, like in a
Yeah.
rectangle.
I call it the KISS method.
The KISS method.
Yeah,
Is
do you know what that stands for? Keep it simple, stupid.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's us.
I had a professor in college that would put that on our paper if we got too wordy. Can you imagine that I'd get too wordy, Deb?
No, I cannot imagine that. Now, this is the part that makes it look homemade because, you know, I don't use anything to keep the lines straight or any of that. And I just kind of, you know, judge the width that I would want the graham crackers. Mm-hmm. So you'll be able to tell mine are homemade, but, you know.
That's
okay.
at y'all's discretion if you wanted to measure it up. I wouldn't.
Right.
They know I'm not going to measure it up.
Right. Well, yeah, I answered that. Yeah, Lisa wouldn't measure
No,
that.
girl. I'd be eyeballing that stuff.
Yeah.
Andy just said the other night, he said, yes, she just keeps putting holes in the wall till she gets, and I'm like, yeah, he's right.
Okay, let's see. I think
Sometimes it's better to be exact, and I'm not an exacto. Remember, Debbie, they had an exacto knife one time?
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That looks good. And
I hope everybody tries it at least once. I mean,
Yeah.
if you can just experience them, they're just so much better than
yes.
graham crackers that you get in the store.
Y'all, she's telling you Jesus' truth on that. I can testify to that. They're so good. All right, show me how you're going to do that,
Okay,
Deb.
and see, this isn't right here, so I would, you know. And if I were at home, I'd bake them and really wouldn't care if they were.
Well, girl, act like you
Perfect.
at home because I don't want to waste none of it now.
No, we're going to add this. We're not going to keep the viewers for the second, but I'll have a second batch just like this, so I was just kind of showing them.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah. And then you just take your fork and, you know, do it like a graham cracker. Like they,
Okay.
you know.
You know, I wondered how you made it like that, and how simple is that?
Right. And you can, you know, sometimes, you know, I keep it uniform and sometimes I don't. So
Listen.
nobody cares about where the holes are really. But it's just,
they don't.
Yeah.
Not after you eat them. You could care less if you could care less.
yeah. But it does need these holes.
Yeah.
For it to, you know, bake correctly.
Right.
So.
Okay, once you get your holes in, I'm just to repeat it because sometimes I talk too much and they're like, what'd you say? Shocker. So you're going to take this, put it on a pan. We're going to put it in the freezer.
Right. For 10 minutes.
Okay. And then we're going to bake it on what?
I think it said 350 at least,
All
I
right.
think. Why don't you look at my phone
Okay,
while
turn
I'm
around
doing
here.
that? Let's see. Whoops.
Listen, she knows I can't see, but I'll try.
Hang
Hold
on
on.
with it.
Because I've got it on my phone and I'm using my phone to view. It's okay.
close to
I can
the
tell
end
them
there.
later.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's see. I just thought I would fill in with some decent instructions. Remove 2 sheets of dough.
It's at the very end.
8 to 9 minutes.
On 350?
Where's my temperature? Hold on.
It's probably at the very top.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Yes, it is.
350?
350 for 8 to 9 minutes.
And in my oven, it is exactly 9 minutes. Now, I don't know about Lisa's because,
Okay.
you know, we'll probably have to check it after 8 and just see.
Okay. I usually set my timer for the lowest temperature. I mean, the lowest amount of time anyway, so that I don't burn it.
Okay.
But I blame it on the squirrels. Just saying. Okay, so Debbie.
So you just want me to show them like how we would take one off and then I can do this after the fact?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, that's perfect.
Okay. I need a spatula and I forgot to ask you.
You know what? Right there in that caddy, there's 2 clean ones because we just did that.
Okay.
We just acted like we were Japanese sous chefs on the new grill. You remember I told you about that?
Yeah. That's right.
So both of them just came out of the dishwasher.
Okay. And this one is a little thicker.
Okay.
If you have like a cooking spatula, something that's real thin to put up underneath these, it makes it easier. The thicker this is, and I'll show you. Put it on this pan here.
Okay. She's got a lined parchment pan.
Yeah.
And Debbie, tell them what you told me because that's important about the thickness of it.
Yeah, you want to get it, you know, like a graham cracker, you know. If you get it too thick, it'll just take longer to cook and it's just not, you know, I mean, I do mine something like that.
Okay. And then you got to watch the thickness of the pan because I tried to hand her this little thin thing that you could actually sled on probably. And she said, now, do you have anything thicker? Because that makes it cook different.
Right.
She's right.
Yeah. And so you can see how fine it is. You have to be real careful with it. But that's part of what makes it good. And then Lisa can show you, you know, after we cook them, you know, compare it to the regular graham crackers. But the biggest thing is it doesn't have that high, you know, fructose corn syrup in them. And, you know, that's something that we don't want.
I'll do a taste test for y'all if y'all want me to. Okay, just saying. They look amazing though, Debbie.
You think so?
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess I'm more excited about it because I know how good they taste.
So you just have to be careful because see they'll want to come apart. If you have a thinner spatula, see like that one, I have to redo.
Okay.
I have to redo that. And that's the good thing. You can just take this and put it back on the dough and start over.
But look, are you leaving these here for me, Debbie?
Yes, these are your
Well
presents.
then, girl, you ain't got to worry about it because they won't go to waste. I can promise you that. So, listen, Debbie, I love these. I hope y'all have enjoyed this segment. I will come back to you in our next segment. And Debbie, can you remind me what that is? Because
we're going to do the marshmallows.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But
after we've cooked these, we're going to put them in the freezer for 10 minutes.
Gotcha.
And then we're going to cook them for 9 minutes, and then they'll be ready. And to be honest with you, I think they're better after they sit just a little bit.
Okay.
But, you know, Lisa may not can wait.
They know me, Debbie. They'll be like, she ain't going to wait. She'll burn her tongue trying to taste them things. Anyway, so look, y'all, Cooking, Cutting Up, Keeping It Real. Debbie, I'm honored, and I thank you so much.
You're
and
very
we'll be
welcome.
back with y'all.
Bye, guys.
Maybe live. We'll see. But thanks for tuning in. See y'all.